Welcome to Free TV Gallery Art, where we bring art to life on your FrameTV, creating a warm and inviting atmosphere for your holiday season. Today, we're sharing 4 heartwarming Christmas tales that capture the spirit of winter and the joy of giving. Whether you're with family or simply enjoying the peaceful moments of the season, these tales will take you on a journey filled with wonder and joy. In a charming village nestled between snow-capped hills, the air was filled with the delightful sounds of laughter and the soft crunch of snow underfoot. Quaint cottages adorned with warm lights glowed like beacons of joy, casting a cozy ambience across the snowy landscape. It was Christmas, and the village came alive with festive spirit, a celebration woven through the fabric of every family's traditions. At the center of the village lay a frozen pond, its surface glistening under a blanket of fresh snow. It was here that the most unusual festivities unfolded. As the villagers bustled about, a curious sight emerged: playful polar bears meandering near the pond, their white coats a striking contrast against the winter wonderland. Their antics drew the attention of the children, who momentarily paused from their snowman building to watch in awe. "Look!" shouted a little girl named Clara, her cheeks rosy from the cold. "They're just like us." Her friends gathered around her, their eyes wide with excitement as the bears frolicked in the snow, sliding and tumbling as if celebrating the season in their own bear-like way. The sight sparked a brilliant idea among the children. "Let's invite them to join our snowman party," said a boy named Max, his imagination ignited by the magic of the moment. With enthusiasm, the children began to create a series of snowmen, each one adorned with colorful scarves, buttons, and hats made of twigs and pine cones. As if understanding their invitation, the polar bears lumbered closer, intrigued by the cheerful gathering. The villagers watched from a distance, chuckling at the sight of the bears weaving between the children, their large paws leaving gentle impressions in the freshly fallen snow. "Let's make the biggest snowman ever," Clara suggested, and with that, they rolled the largest snowball they could manage, while the bears playfully nudged at the smaller ones, contributing to the creation of a towering snowman. The collaborative effort brought laughter and joy, a moment that transcended the usual boundaries of the animal kingdom. As the afternoon wore on, snowflakes began to fall from the sky like tiny diamonds, adding to the enchantment of the day. The bears, having discovered the children's warmth and friendship, decided to stay, joining in the festivities. Clara and her friends, filled with the spirit of Christmas, named one bear Snowy and the other Frosty, embracing the notion that friendship knows no boundaries. As dusk approached, the village transformed under a canopy of twinkling stars, the cottages glowing warmly, each window revealing the joy of families gathered together. Clara, now sitting on a snow-covered log next to Snowy, felt a wave of gratitude wash over her. "This is the best Christmas ever," she said softly, her heart swelling with happiness. With Snowy resting his head on her lap and the other children around them, the group watched as the village illuminated in festive lights. They shared stories of their favorite holiday memories, laughter mingling with the crisp winter air, solidifying a bond that would last long after the snow melted. As the night drew to a close, Clara whispered, "May we always find joy in the simplest moments and cherish the friends we make along the way." And in that snowy village, under the watchful eyes of the stars, a magical friendship between children and polar bears was born, forever etched in the heart of winter. Before we begin, imagine yourself deep in a snowy forest where every step crunches softly beneath your feet and the scent of pine lingers in the air. The stars twinkle overhead, lighting the way through a world blanketed in peaceful silence. Among the trees, a charming fox and his family are preparing for a night like no other, a night full of wonder, hope, and a special Christmas wish. Once upon a time in a winter wonderland, a charming fox named Finn lived in a cozy den nestled among snow-laden pines. The air was crisp, and the ground sparkled like a sea of diamonds under the soft glow of the moonlight. As Christmas Eve approached, Finn's heart danced with anticipation. This year, he had a special wish: to bring joy to his family. With a scent of pine cones wafting through the air, Finn gathered his little ones, Fiona, Felix, and Faye. "Let's decorate our den," he exclaimed, his eyes twinkling with excitement. Together, they ventured into the snowy forest, collecting rustic pine cones and fragrant dried orange slices. They strung the slices on twine, creating vibrant garlands to hang around their den, the sweet citrus scent mingling with the crisp winter air. As night fell, the Fox family sat together, gazing at their beautiful decorations. "What if Santa brings us gifts tonight?" Fiona wondered aloud, her voice filled with hope. Finn smiled, knowing the magic of Christmas could turn wishes into reality. The red berries they found adorned their den, sparkling like little rubies in the glow of their warm fire. Suddenly, a soft rustle caught their attention. The family peered outside to see a blanket of fresh snow covering the ground. "Look," Felix pointed, eyes wide with wonder. In the distance, a glimmer of light appeared. A sleigh, pulled by reindeer, was approaching. Santa was coming. Finn's heart raced as he and his family hurried outside. They watched in awe as the jolly figure landed gracefully, laughter ringing in the air. Santa chuckled, "I see you've been good this year." He handed out small gifts, each one wrapped in bright paper adorned with images of winter scenes. The Fox family's eyes sparkled with delight as they opened their gifts, revealing treasures like shiny bells and colorful ribbons. Finn realized that Christmas wasn't just in the gifts, but in the love they shared as a family. As they settled back into their warm den, the snow continued to fall, blanketing their little world in peace and joy, forever reminding them of that magical night. As the evening deepens and the air fills with the whispers of winter, prepare to embark on a poignant journey where the spirit of Christmas unveils unexpected wonders and timeless memories await discovery. The old farmhouse sat quietly at the edge of the forest, its porch adorned with golden bells that softly swayed in the cold December breeze. Snowflakes drifted lazily to the ground, blanketing the world in a quiet peace. The towering Christmas tree in the corner of the porch twinkled with colorful lights, a glowing beacon against the winter night. It was Christmas Eve, and inside the cozy cabin, the fireplace crackled warmly as the family settled in for the evening. Amelia, the youngest of the family, sat by the window, her breath fogging up the glass as she stared into the snowy woods. "Do you think something magical will happen tonight?" she whispered to herself. Her parents had told her stories about Christmas Eve, about the wonder of the season and how, sometimes, unexpected visitors would arrive when you least expected them. As she peered into the dark, something caught her eye. Slowly, almost like shadows moving in the moonlight, a family of deer appeared at the edge of the clearing. Amelia's heart skipped a beat. She pressed her face closer to the window, watching in awe as the deer made their way toward the house, their soft steps barely disturbing the fresh snow. Leading the group was a majestic doe, her coat shimmering in the moonlight, followed by two smaller fawns who seemed to leap and play in the snow with a sense of joy. Without making a sound, Amelia tiptoed to the front door and slowly opened it. The cold air rushed in, but it wasn't the chill that made her shiver. It was the beauty of the scene unfolding before her. The golden bells on the porch jingled softly, and the Christmas tree's lights flickered, as if welcoming the unexpected guests. The deer family stopped just in front of the porch, their large, gentle eyes gazing at her with a calm that made the night feel even more surreal. Amelia stood there, frozen not from the cold, but from the sheer wonder of the moment. She glanced behind her, wondering if anyone else would believe what she was seeing. But something inside told her that this visit was meant just for her. She slowly stepped outside, her boots crunching lightly in the snow, and the deer didn't move. Instead, they watched her with curiosity, as if they, too, were waiting for something special to happen. Amelia reached out her hand, not expecting them to come any closer. But to her amazement, the doe stepped forward, nuzzling her hand with the softest touch. For a moment, it felt as if time had stopped. The world was quiet except for the soft jingling of the bells and the occasional crackle of the fire from inside the house. The snow continued to fall, each flake glistening in the glow of the porch lights. It was a scene from a dream, a memory she would carry with her for the rest of her life. After a few moments, the deer slowly backed away, as if knowing their visit was over. Amelia watched as they disappeared back into the woods, their forms fading into the swirling snow. She stood there for a long time, her heart full, until finally, she turned back toward the warmth of the cabin. As she closed the door behind her, she whispered, "Merry Christmas." She knew now that this night, this visit, was something beyond explanation. It was a reminder that the holiday season wasn't just about gifts or decorations, but about the unexpected moments of wonder that could touch your heart in ways nothing else could. Later that night, as she lay in bed, the image of the deer family lingered in her mind. Outside, the golden bells continued to jingle softly in the breeze, and for Amelia, Christmas had already brought her the most unforgettable gift.
one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lame, misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted bank, and then we got upset. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
In the heart of a snowy valley, the small town of Willow Creek twinkled with holiday cheer. Every year, the townsfolk would gather for the Christmas tree lighting, a cherished tradition that brought everyone together. The excitement in the air was palpable, but for one little boy named Tommy, this Christmas felt different. He had a special wish, one that only the perfect Christmas tree could grant. On the morning of the tree lighting, Tommy and his mother set out to find their tree, bundled up against the biting cold. As they trudged through the snow, Tommy gazed up at the tall, majestic pines. "I want our tree to be the biggest and brightest one ever," he declared, his eyes sparkling with hope. After wandering for a while, they stumbled upon a hidden clearing where a group of children were playing. Intrigued, Tommy and his mother approached and discovered the children were building a magnificent snowman. The sight filled Tommy with joy, reminding him of the magic of friendship. "Join us," a girl exclaimed, her cheeks rosy from the cold. "We're making a snowman to celebrate Christmas." As they all worked together, laughter echoed through the air, and Tommy forgot all about his wish for the perfect tree. After finishing the snowman, the children decided to decorate it with shiny ornaments they had brought along. Tommy contributed his last ornament, a small, sparkling star that had once adorned his family's Christmas tree. Later, as the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over the landscape, Tommy's mother noticed a beautiful tree nearby. "Look, Tommy, that tree looks perfect," she exclaimed. They approached it, and as they stood in awe, the tree seemed to glimmer with an otherworldly light, reflecting the magic of the day. Together, they cut down the tree, and Tommy's heart swelled with happiness. When they returned home, the entire town gathered for the tree lighting ceremony. As the lights twinkled to life, Tommy felt a warmth in his heart, realizing that his wish had already come true. Surrounded by friends and family, he understood that Christmas was about more than just the perfect tree. It was about the moments shared, the friendships forged, and the love that filled the air. That night, as he drifted off to sleep, he knew that the true spirit of Christmas had found its way into his heart, and he would cherish it forever.